afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody is safe. I hope you're having a great day with your family and your loved ones. I do not own the rights to the music that you hear in the background. That music is no other than Ramsey Lewis, if you're familiar with the great brother Ramsey Lewis. As a matter of fact, I was turned on to Ramsey Lewis as a 21-year-old, just making my way overseas in Germany. And once I hooked up with the brothers over there, us partying and whatnot, I heard this one song, and it was called Spider-Man. I think the name of it was What's the Name of This Funk? Spider-Man. So I was turned on at that time to Ramsey Lewis, and been a big fan of Ramsey ever since. You're hearing in the background is from his album Sky Island. Okay, I'm gonna have that playing in the background because I'm gonna do something. I hear a lot of brothers, they get on the internet and they come at you like, yo, this your boy, hollering at you, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna come from that avenue because of what I'm gonna bring to everybody today. Thank you all for joining in. Marie, I love you, big sister. Jackie, how you doing, my sister? Bertha, how you feeling? All right, I hope everybody's doing good today as you tune in to hear what I have to say. How you doing, Ray? Okay. So what I want to do today, we all tied down, we're locked down. I just want to come from a different aspect today. I'm not even going to talk business. I'm not even going to talk DLD. I want to go back in time. Back in time to when I first started out doing what everybody has known me to be, motivational speaker, Frederick Douglass. But a lot of people don't know that I really didn't start out like that. I started out, believe it or not, let me get it right now. I started out writing poetry. I started out writing poetry, and then I went into the entertainment aspect of it as well. I produced, I worked with like 3 or 4 different groups, singing groups. I was singing at the time, and as a matter of fact, one of my proteges, believe it or not, made it to the Apollo Theater. I don't know if you remember Amateur Night at the Apollo Theater, and yes, right here from Tampa, Florida. Okay, I'm not gonna mention names. She's a grown woman now, but back then she made it to the Apollo Theater, and I was her voice coach, if you will, teaching her, how to come from the diaphragm, etc., etc. And myself. As a matter of fact, in 1996, and this is of course after, I had started doing what I'm doing, I auditioned with the Temptations. A lot of people don't know that. So when you look at me on video with Soul to Soul, the group, the lip singing group that I'm in, and you see me doing a lot of moves and whatnot, that's where it comes from. I've always been a dancer. Always been a dancer, always loved to sing. I've had my shy moments, and I got to throw that on my great-grandmother, who, believe it or not, back in the Bronx, she had a daycare center, the 5-star daycare center, which is still there to this day on 163rd and 3rd Avenue. She would have, drag me, if you will, and throw me up on stage. She knew what I could do, but what I wanted to share is that, believe it or not, when I was in the military overseas, I started writing, and I grew to love writing, okay? And as a matter of fact, my wife at that time, I wrote her a 10-page poem, all right? 10 pages of poetry, love poetry to her, okay? I set the pen down for a while, quite naturally, and I really didn't pick it back up until the late 80s. And I remember when the Martin Luther King holiday was approved, if you will, by President Ronald Reagan after the hard, constant work by the likes of the late great Miss Coretta Scott King, Stevie Wonder, Jesse Jackson, and a few other diplomats who were feisty, if I can use that word, on assuring that Martin Luther King had his just due. And how you doing, Yvonne? That he had his just due. And as you know, history, 1986, we got the first Martin Luther King holiday throughout. And there was a lot of rumbling going on, especially here in Tampa, for those that were here at the time. And, you know, I wrote about that. All right? And believe it or not, this is when Sandy Freeman was mayor. This is when the late, great Otis Anthony, all right, he was assistant mayor, if you will. And I was astounded by that. You know, wow, black man. You know what I mean? In Tampa, out of all the places. And I wrote a piece about that. It was a 5-page leaflet that actually, it made it to USA Today newspaper. Okay? I'm going to cheat a little bit. Let me see here. Hold on. Okay. It is... hold on, let me... My Tribute to a King. I wrote that in 1989, and it came out in 1990, or I did it in 89, and I put the title, I put the year 90. So what I did, I went to Staples and I made 200 copies. And believe it or not, while everybody was downtown at St. Paul AME Church, I walked through that whole crowd, nobody knew who I was, and I gave them a copy of this leaflet. And I still have copies today, all right, of that leaflet, 4 pages, and it spoke on Dr. King, it spoke on the changing of the guard, if you will, Buffalo Avenue to MLK, and how a lot of the merchants that were on or Buffalo Avenue, you know, they didn't want that name to change to MLK, and you know, racists were coming out of the woodwork. You see what I'm saying? When you talk about in the closet, racists were coming out the closet because they were in total disagreement to Buffalo Avenue being named MLK. And there's a lot of other stuff that I wrote in the article. And, you know, hey, to be honest with you, if anybody would like a copy of it, like I said, I still got copies of it, okay? And to be honest with you, what's up, Brother James, Brother Reginald? Much respect to you brothers, all right? In reference to the leaflet, that's just a giveaway. There'll be no charge for it. I'll just pow, there it is, all right? Like Martin would say, pow, there it is, okay? So, I want to bring forth this book here, all right? This book, okay? And believe it or not, that story I told you is inside this book. What is this book that I have in my hand, all right? This book, I gave it a title, all right? This is like my Bible, all right? It's Poetry for a Lifetime. I wrote 1989 until the horns sound my name. That's until God called me home. Copyrights. Now every writing that's in this book, is in the Office of Copyrights. Okay? So all of my work is copywritten in the Office of Copyrights in Washington, D.C. And I took a trip to Washington, D.C. To the Office of Copyright solely 1 year. I went there, so I didn't even go to Baltimore or anything. I stayed in Washington, D.C. But I went there because I wanted to see my name, my work in print in the Copyright Office in Washington, D.C. And there it was, okay? Also, I mentioned earlier that I worked in the music business, and believe it or not, a lot of you all probably remember Uncle Luke. All right, Uncle Luke and the 2 Live Crew. Okay, well, believe it or not, and I took my son down to Miami one year when he's 41, but he was like 8 or 9 that year, and I went down to Miami solely to deliver music, lyrics. Yes, lyrics. And in my writing of music or lyrics, I've had the opportunity to rub shoulders with Uncle Luke. I've also traveled to California, where I've taken my music lyrics to Motown Records, Capitol Records. I've also went to Atlantic Records in New York. I had the opportunity, you know what I mean, feisty, young, and I knew I had a gift, and I knew I had some talents, and I wanted to see, you know, where my gifts and talents stood in this world, in this America. So what you see here, all right, this is basically what I call Donald D Productions. That was the name of my company back then, and I still have business cards with that on there. And this is called the Project Part 1 songs. All right, now these songs, believe it or not, again, I don't know if you can see this, but these songs are all copywritten in the Office of Copyrights. And not only that, all right, I've had different companies. Here's the contract that I had from back then. It's the singer's contract. So when I worked with different company or different singers that wanted to come under me and Donald D Productions and wanted to be trained, all right, this was the contract that I wrote up and gave it a stamp of approval, if you will. And they would sign this contract, and they would come in, and you know, we do what we do. You know what I mean? And like I said, a lot of these songs, they're already written, copywritten, all right, and you know, I pause because I'm having a moment there. And these songs, believe it or not, I've had different major record companies come in, all right, and want to negotiate to purchase my songs, all right. Those were the days, okay. As a matter of fact, this is Rainbow Records, September the 17th, 1990. All right, I'm not even going to go into it, but they wanted the song that I wrote was "What Can We Do?" All right, they wanted that song. Let me see here. They're telling me, I don't know if anybody tuned in from Baltimore, if you ever heard of a gentleman by the name of Norman Raymond, R-A-Y-M-A-N, of Baltimore, all right? They're telling me about that young man who wrote a country song from Baltimore. So basically, you know, they're telling me that, you know, we are interested, Mr. Dowridge, in your song, okay? And I'm not even going to talk about how much they were offering me for that song, okay? Inside of here, wow, Poem for Hire. Poem for Hire is basically where I would write poetry for funerals, weddings, whatever was going on. You hired me, I'll come in and I write a poem for you, okay? And this was sent out to, this was January 13th, 1993, okay? And also, I see Pastor Gallen on board. And what's up, Matt? Valencia, I hope I'm not chopping up the names. It says Wave, but I better not move because I don't want to trip. I got so much going on here. But I have songs in this book. I have songs in this book here that are Christian songs, such as I'm Satisfied, which I wrote June 14th, 1992. The Whole World on My Shoulders, April the 15th, 1992. Heaven Await, Don't Forget Jesus. All right, these are songs that I actually wrote, and these are songs that are in the Office of Copyrights, and like I said, I had major record companies coming after me for these songs. All right, He's Coming Back, which I wrote in 1991, Child of a King. All right, and believe it or not, Child of a King was inspired by who else? MC Hammer, because he had I think his song was Child of a King. All right, so I took that title and I took it all the way on to another street in reference to Christian writing, if you will. Live your life every day, live with each other, put your trust, thank you Jesus, rely on Jesus, shout for joy, alright, just call his name, just to run through. Let the light shine, homeless, join hands. And then, because I had a group that was called KDIWD, Kids Doing It Without Drugs, alright? And I trained these young brothers, and these young brothers were anywhere from the age of, let's say, 12 to 17, all right? And I mean, it's miraculous because a lot of these brothers now, like 38, 39, 40, 41, because my son, he was part of it. And I can't remember where I was at recently, and the brother came up to me and he said, "Donald, Mr. D, how you doing?" I said, "What's up?" And he said, "You don't remember me, do you?" I did remember, because his face still looked the same. And he was like, "Man, I sure miss those KDI days." And basically with the group, what I did, I would pick these brothers up, and there were 5 of them, all right? And I would train them in such a way when it came to music. I would teach them steps like the Temptations, and I would have the breakout group. Now the breakout group was the Mini Boys. The Mini Boys, all right, there was 3 young brothers, all right? They were the youngest of the group. And my nephew, Lo, he was the leader of the group. And we would travel. I would take these young brothers throughout the city, and we would shoot videos. All right, and after we shoot the videos, and you remember those big old bulky cameras? We would shoot the videos on those big old bulky cameras, and what I would do, I would edit them, trim them up, have them looking good, and I would send them out to the stations. We got the opportunity on Channel 13 with the Mini Boys. We got opportunity on local Jones Cable back in the days. I had these young brothers going into the studio. I mean, we were doing this thing, all right? And not only that, the whole group, all 5 of them, I mean, like I said, I would go, introduce myself to their parents, to let them know, at least the parents knew that their sons were not in some stranger's company, some weirdo's company or what have you. So I would take these brothers after school. We would do schoolwork, help them with their homework. We would also, believe it or not, we would also have Bible study. Yes, I was teaching these young brothers about God, social issues and whatnot, how to grow up to be a gentleman, you know what I mean? Besides doing the KDI, the music part. I can even, as I sit here, I can remember taking them to see Malcolm X, the movie. You see what I'm saying? And I think I took like 7 or 8 brothers, young brothers, to see Malcolm X, the movie. I think I might have taken them to see Boys in the Hood and a few other movies, you know what I mean? We would have pizza parties, you know what I mean? So I would even take them horseback riding. Wow, that just popped in my head, you know what I mean? Giving these brothers the opportunity to get up out the hood and go see things, get up off the block and go out and see things and do things that they probably wouldn't normally do. So believe it or not, and one of the brothers, I'm not gonna mention his name, but he lives out in California. And this brother, believe it or not, he has worked with the likes of Gladys Knight, Boys to Men, New Edition. He's worked with rappers. He's even crossed over and he's worked with country and western stars. And you know, every now and then we talk. He holler at me and whatnot. And I'm proud of him. And there are a lot of them that are here in Tampa. And I see them every now and then. You know what I mean? Some of them, okay, they had some hardship and whatnot. But, you know, they doing okay. You know? So, you know, if you don't mind, I'll pat myself on the back. Okay? But these are just some of the songs. I mean, matter of fact, here we go. That's the mini, I don't know if you can see this, but this is the Mini Boys theme song, alright? And just the first verse, yeah, and this was a rap that I wrote for them. And they will perform this. Yeah, yo, here we come, you wonder where we come from, throwing down in your town, T-A-M-P-A. Yo, here we are today, alright? Now, if you know, T-A-M-P-A, that's Tampa. And then they go into the verse, or the chorus, who we are, Mini Boys, serious superstars, Mini Boys. You know, Mini Boys. And, you know, I mean, they killed this thing, too. As a matter of fact, I have it on video. All the performances, I have all the training that we did is on video. Unfortunately, it's on VHS video. I don't know if you remember those little, what are they? They call them the VHS 8s. Alright, the little cassettes. Alright, probably about this big. So I would film on that. Alright. I mean, for my girl that went to the Apollo Theater, I got songs here that I wrote for her. Alright. And, you know, I'm a lady, we are the women. These are songs that I wrote for her, alright? I won't touch you there, until then, alright? And then, you know, we got rap songs that I wrote. You know, busting rhymes, keeping up with my baby. And as a matter of fact, September the 11th, nope, not 2001, but September the 11th, 10 years before 9/11, I'm just noticing this. The name of the song is Tampa Bay, Got It Going On. Alright, I wrote this, and with the soul and the groove, this town will put you in the mood. The way it's growing up. Come on and take a sip out his cup. You can hear the sounds, you can see the sights. Come on, let's get down. Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay. That's just the first line, alright? And some of you all probably, let me read the second verse because what I just saw. It says, with the Power Pig, TMP, and the help of Q105, Makos, how many of y'all remember that? Rumors, how many of y'all remember that? And Uptown 21. This should tell you Tampa is no jive. West Shore, Tampa Bay, University, all stand tall. Everybody's hanging in the mall. You can see the sights, you can hear the sounds. Come on, let's get down, Tampa Bay. Man. Alright? So, again, these are songs that I wrote. And I even wrote one for myself. It's called The Real Donald D. Alright? 1990. And this is another song that a record company wanted, was She's Mine, which I did a video on this. And Allow Me. Alright? I wrote this May 26, 1990. And just the first verse. Alright? Let me see if I can remember. I know a girl, she's so fine. I wanna let you know she's one of a kind. The things she do, the things she say, you know she's going to have her way. Yes, she's so sweet. The best woman you really want to meet. And then it goes into, you know, you better believe she's mine. She's always there, right on time, showing that she cares. She's mine. Wow. I'm just thinking as I'm going through this. If you got talents, I don't know if you can hear me, but if you got talents, don't sit on it. All right. October the 10th, 1989. Say it loud. That's right. Yeah, James Brown said, "Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud." But what I did, I took the "Say It Loud" and I wrote a song out of that. All right. And what I'm looking at, okay, this "Say It Loud" is about me, and how I overcame, the rough situations that I was going through. I want to caress you. Now, my favorite group is no other than the Temptations. All right. Well, September the 22nd, 1989, I wrote a song, just a tribute to the Temptations. All right. Wow. That girl, the world. If I had your love, homeboys and homegirls. And yes, I even did some modeling back then. This is the first story that was done on me, and this is the Florida Sentinel, missile specialist making strides in the United States Post Office. All right, this is when I was working at the post office. This is 2 years after I was hired at the post office, and I became the first black manager of a department, male manager of a department at the United States Post Office here in Tampa. I also used to model as well. These are pictures from the modeling crew that I used to model with. And I think it was last month or 2 months ago, I was invited out again to walk the runway. But I said, no, I think I'll get at a break. But who knows what I might do before it's all said and done. But what I want to do, I want to get into this big boy. Alright? This big boy. Alright? So I hope everybody's okay. Just to give a shout out. What's up, Jamal? Alright? Jamal T. Good day to you, Teddy. Turner Station in the building. Yep. EC Reed, how you doing today, brother? Alright, let me hit this thing real quick. Alright, Brother Charles, what up, man? Sylvia, hello there, dear. Alright, Brother Frank. Lisa, what's up, cuz? Alright, okay, I'm just waving here. Brother Matt, what's up, cuz? Alright. Alright, get out of here. What's up, Jameson? How you be, man? When you coming back, bruh? Stop playing. When you coming back, man? You playing, man. Soul to soul, brother. Come on, bring that Michael Jackson back up in the building. Alright, what's up, Brother Michael? Okay, alright. I hit up everybody. Turner Station. What's up, Wayne? I need to come down. I need to come home, man, and get that mic. While you in the group in the background, come up there and get that mic. Do a little something. Alright? So hey, what's up, Brother Michael? Brother Michael Blair. I was just talking about your son, man, and the mini boys. Thanks for joining up. What's up, Brother Shay? No doubt. So anyway, I want to share, I hope you all don't mind, I want to share some of these poems that I've written over the years. And just to let you know, there are some famous names in this book here. One of my first pieces, when I was at Fort Ord, I did some volunteer work with the black newspaper out there. And I'm trying to think, what was the name of the newspaper? I see the building. It was just off of Monterey Boulevard in Monterey, California. And like I said, I did some volunteer writing for that newspaper out there. And this was during the time of the Atlanta, Georgia killings that were taking place. And At this time, I was a corporal at Fort Ord, and I wrote this on April the 22nd, 1981. All right, and basically what it is, it's a prayer that I wrote for the children of Atlanta. All right, I'm gonna share this. Oh Lord, what is happening? Why are the children leaving us so soon? They are so young and innocent. They are the fruit what is needed. The children, Lord, is our tomorrow. Oh God, I ask you to let our children survive this torment. They don't deserve to go like this. As the mothers of Atlanta hold their kids in their arms, they hold them because they love their children and wish to keep them away from any harm. So Lord of all gods, I ask for mercy on the children of Atlanta that their lives be spared. Without the little ones, today there won't be no tomorrow. All they ask for is to live out their lives like previous generations of children. So I am praying that my prayers is heard, and that whoever is taking our children be stopped. A prayer for the children of Atlanta and the world in which we live. Again, this was written on April the 22nd, 1981, while I was a corporal in the United States Army in Fort Ord. I just came from Germany, 2 years in Germany, and I was at my next duty station at that time. I'm going to come out and let you all know something. A lot of you all that know me, I got an entertainment bug in me. Well, a lot of you all remember the Arsenio Hall show. I'm not talking about the remake. I'm talking about the original Arsenio Hall show. And I wrote a poem called Arsenio Hall. And I wrote this January the 7th, 1990. All right? And believe it or not, yes, I got response from Arsenio Hall. As a matter of fact, his postcard that he sent me, I believe it's on my bookshelf over there in response. And him and I, we corresponded back and forth. And I mean,